Wolfenstein 3D, considered as the granddaddy of the first-person shooter genre. A game that arguably gave rise to the popularity in the genre that went on to dominate the market for years to come. Welcome to gaming, and welcome to the Retro Review. Wolfenstein is a series that in one form or another has been going for nearly 40 years. Recently the series was rebooted with some fairly decent installments, and the spin-off Youngblood just launched, unfortunately to lackluster review scores. Wolfenstein 3D launched in 1992 on MS-DOS to great reviews and was the start of a legacy. Of course, id Software would never make another Wolfenstein as they shifted focus to Doom, but the series has lived on. How does the game hold up in today's standards? Well, firstly, I've got to talk about the control system. I'm playing on PC as I've become accustomed to playing shooters on PC. I wanted to use the mouse and keyboard, but I soon found out that you have to use the mouse or the keyboard. You make BJ walk forwards by rolling the mouse forwards, and this was just too weird to me, so I quickly changed to just using the keyboard. There is joystick functionality, and I wonder how that would be. Unfortunately, I don't have a joystick. Arrow keys, spacebar, and control is all you need. Took me a little while, but eventually I had it down. You can also use the Alt key to strafe. Quite effective when you learn how to use it, for peeking round corners and getting those shots in. The music in the game is great. It sort of loops along in the background, underpinning the chaos on screen. The game is 3D in sense of the world, but items and characters are on the 2.5 side. Still, I can imagine this was amazing to look at in the early 90s. There are Nazi flags, lights, tables and chairs. The walls are textured. It is an impressive looking game for the time it came out. The shooting is pretty responsive, although it can sometimes be difficult to gauge where exactly you need to be stood to hit enemies that are some distance away. But for the most part, it is satisfying to shoot those Nazis. The main aim of the level is to find a key, then the elevator to advance to the next floor. Sometimes you have a boss to battle. As you progress, you will find better weapons that make the general enemies cannon fodder, but you will come across some that take a little bit more punishment. You bulk up your score by finding treasure in secret areas, and when you've taken a hit, you have to keep an eye out for food or med packs. Watch out for those guard dogs though. My one major gripe while playing the game was the fact that there is no map. I cannot imagine having to play this game 27 years ago without a level map. Once you get a little lost, it can be very difficult to get back on track. Fortunately, nowadays we have the internet, and some kind souls have since made maps and put them online. Despite what I said about the game looking great, it is all a bit similar looking. This doesn't help when you're lost, as you think you've been in places that you haven't, and you end up doubling back all the time. It can be a real mind bender. Of course, I have to imagine that the levels look similar due to limitations back in the day, but a map really would have helped. It's one of those where do I go games. Still, the levels aren't that huge, so you will eventually find your way out. Admittedly, I haven't played the entire thing, and this might make you think, well, you can't really give your opinion on it. But it kind of plays into what I'm going to say about the game. There aren't many games where you can actively fight Adolf Hitler, so you must give props to Wolfenstein 3D for that. He's in a mech suit, for God's sake. It's a key reason why this game sticks in people's memories, and it's why so many people were buzzing that they included this game in the newer games as a side mission. So, should you go back and play this one? Considering I picked it up for a few pounds, I don't see why not. It's cool to play and see where the series came from. Personally though, it's not particularly one that I feel you must sit and finish. I think there's even free versions of it out there, and as I said, it does feature in some of the newer games. I think even the full version is in the new Colossus. I'm not too sure on that. It's certainly worth playing, even if briefly. For an even better experience of an older Wolfenstein game though, I recommend Return to Castle Wolfenstein, which launched about 10 years after this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.